We're here with Dr. Phil Carson, one of our scientific advisory board members and just an absolute rock star.
All right, I'm Dr. Phil Carson, doctor of pharmacy and holistic wellness coach and consultant.
We want to dive right into it. We have a bunch of questions for you, really kind of trying to dispel some myths that I'm seeing a whole bunch of, not only in my research, but generally across the internet is, can you overdose on vitamins?
Absolutely, you can. There are multiple vitamins that can be overdosed on. Well, even though it's a vitamin, it's a mineral, doesn't mean it's totally 100% safe without any problems.
Can you die from taking too much of a certain vitamin?
Oh yeah, and people have. Particularly what's called the fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. ADEC is what we were taught in school. To remember that, and always teach people to be extremely careful with the fat-soluble vitamins because they can store in the liver and cause liver toxicity, as well as other problems as well. So yeah, people have died from overdose of vitamins.
When you're thinking about getting the right amount for you, if you haven't gone to a doctor or you're self-prescribing, are there some common negative side effects?
Oh yeah. Well, as far as vitamin C, it's an acidic vitamin. If you take too high of a doses, it can cause stomach upset. If you get too much of B12, it can cause acne and skin rashes. Think about magnesium. Magnesium is something that people often get too much of, and that can cause diarrhea, stomach ache, stomach upset. Vitamin E, if you get too high doses of vitamin E, it can cause muscle pain and fatigue and weakness.
If somebody overtakes their vitamins, would the results be seen faster? Will it work faster?
No, not necessarily at all. There are recommended dosages, generally for people to take, and what's on the bottle sometimes is adequate, sometimes it's not, but it's not a good idea. No.
You mentioned something there with regards to like daily recommended values, and I've done extensive amount of research on this, just really trying to educate myself. There's no way myself, a 6'5", 250-pound male would require the same as, just as an example, a 5'2", 130-pound female. What can somebody do to educate themselves around what's actually appropriate for them?
The new DNA testing that's available, if you want to get precise, you can't get more precise than looking at your own DNA. Having that tested to get a pinpoint idea of what ideally your body needs, whatever size you are.
I've seen on some supplement facts that they're like, 1,000% of daily recommended values or sometimes even more. Should that be concerning in all cases? Is there still some validity to taking that much of a certain supplement?
Another great question, and people ask me about that quite often. Daily values were implemented years and years ago, basically to prevent deficiency. There are various things that can be going on in a person's life that can create a need for higher dosages or higher amounts of particular nutrients.
I also read that like vitamins lose their potency over time. Should I just take more of that vitamin, or, is your recommendation as a professional to just replace those and get brand new ones?
As far as vitamins and nutrients, they really don't have an expiration date. You'll see one on those bottles and on the labels because they will lose their potency over a period of time. Most of them will. If you've got something that's 2 or 3 years old, you don't want to double up on it because you don't really know for sure, unless you have it tested, if it has lost its potency or not. I would advise, if you are not sure, just replace it. Yeah.
Well, hey, Dr. Phil, I really appreciate your time. I think this was super helpful. I definitely learned on almost every single answer you gave. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Thank you for reaching out. Appreciate it.